Hi Capricorn, welcome to your December 2018 tarot and astrology reading. Thank you for your likes and subscriptions. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. There will be monthly and mid-monthly videos. So this is for the sign of Capricorn. It can be moon, rising, even your Venus. And it's good to get a little bit of a look into you on your own, Capricorn. Because with the way the skies are looking, you've been very busy looking after everybody else. So you haven't had much of a chance to talk about what you're doing and what you're feeling, because there's so much going on that you're trying to juggle. There's a lot of 12th house energy in the sky, and for you Capricorn, that means that what's going on in your subconscious, long-standing problems. We have Saturn still in your sign, your ruler of life lessons and karmic identity, and you've been going over old problems, and finally you're determined that you're going to get some sort of movement, because the retrograde season has been so long. And with Aquarius, your income sector, Mars was in Aquarius for a prolonged time, and now it's moved into Pisces, which is actually your communication sector, and it's giving you more of a voice, Capricorn, into what it is that you're thinking and feeling, and you're not used to it because it's sort of been silenced for a long time. It's been inhibited, and you're ready to make a little bit more of a move with your problems, because we've had so many tens lately. Knight of Cups. You're ready to make moves and make an offer, or somebody else is making an offer for you, Capricorn. Now that Mars is in Pisces, although it's passive, it's a lot more comfortable. It is an energy shift. We have Jupiter in Sagittarius as well, which is another energy shift. You're going into December after the full moon in Gemini, illuminating your house of health and your day-to-day life, illuminating what has been a long-standing problem, what has been irritating you, and you've not been able to find the energy to look at it, or you've not been able to find the solution to move forward from it. Jupiter in your 12th house is that time where you learn so much from yourself, and it's what enhances your life in the long run. It doesn't feel as obvious as having Jupiter in any other sector of the sky for you, but this is progress in a way that you've needed. You know, with Saturn in Sagittarius, and then to have Jupiter, well, Saturn in Capricorn, apologies, and then Jupiter in Sagittarius, that 12th house, first house identity issue. It's who you are deep down that is what is coming forward for you, Capricorn. And it's for the better. Nine of Cups, Temperance, the World in the positive position. Now that is something. Challenge is justice. And the outcome is the Tower. Okay, breaking down the falsities in this realm. Okay, what's underneath then? Two of Wands. A lot of majors. Okay, I'm going to move these so you can see them more clearly. Now, as I was saying, Capricorn, this long-standing issue, it could have been legal, but it could have been a sense of injustice, which has put you where you are now, because justice isn't a challenge. Something that wasn't fair, something that didn't seem ethical, it didn't seem correct, it didn't seem right. You feel like somebody else came to the wrong decision or the wrong conclusion, and you suffered as a result. That's what justice and the challenge means. It's unfair. And the Tower is suggesting that whatever it is that was unfair caused an outcome that you question. You're not so certain this was meant to turn out this way. Ironically, with the World in the positive position, this was the best way something could have gone. This is the best way something could have ended. For some reason, now this will be different for all of you. For some reason, an injustice or a disappointment is serving you for a much greater cycle. Now, we know that the World is the final card in the deck. We know that it means a successful completion. When it's in the positive position, it's a very successful completion. The interesting point, though, with the Tower is that you don't see that. You see it more as destructive energy. And it's the fact that it seems injustice-based. It seems unfair. It seems incorrect. It feels, for most of you, I think a lot of it is to do with feeling unethical. Now, the World is asking you, Capricorn, to take note of your accomplishments to date and feel very proud of them. Because the World is all about honouring who you are and what you've learned and what you've done with your life. It's kind of, it's a look back, it's a graduation, it is some recognition for your successes and your hard work. And that's what Saturn is. Saturn gives you recognition for your hard work. But the emphasis is on the word hard. It's what's been challenging for you that you should feel most proud of overcoming. Even though the Tower's there, it means that the outcome turned out the way it was supposed to be. Anything else, what was not fair, what was justice in the challenge, was not going to last. It actually was meant to crumble. That's what the Tower means. It means you can't build things on false foundations. You can't build things on naivety. You can't build a life on shoulda, woulda, couldas. You just can't. Everything else that's not part of this has been successful. You've made it on your own. You have a 100% success rate on making it on your own to this point, to this day, to the second that you're reading this. Somebody else's karma is their problem. Somebody else has bad karma. Somebody has done something to wrong you, wrong your family, wrong your partner, whatever it is, that there's somebody who's done something really, really uncool. For some of you, it could have been a Libra, but I'm more taking this as justice as a theory, a concept. We have the sign of Sagittarius, we have all the fixed signs. They're coming up in the positive, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. And then the Tower is Mars energy. So I feel like the Aquarian Mars transit was particularly difficult. Now this could have been, as I say, legal. It could have been financial. It could have been property related. And you're kind of at a crossroads about what you do with it. You feel like something has to change. You feel like something has to move in your life, whether it be romantic, whether it be personal. You're kind of at this crossroads where you want to see a clear, distinct path. And you can see two, but you're not sure which one to go down to. It's kind of Alice in Wonderland. Everything seems a little bit uncertain and a little bit unusual. But you have the World on your side. It's funny, Sagittarius had the World in the challenge, and that's so much harder because you feel like you have the World on your shoulders. You have the World on your side. You have astrological, cosmic, spiritual forces beckoning you to win. You have people cheering for you and wanting your success. Maybe there was one or two that tried to cut you out of success or downplay your success or take credit for your success without sounding too much like Taylor Swift. That speech that she gave that was a big bunch of baloney because, well, yeah, anyway. Three of Wands, you're definitely at a crossroads. You're waiting for your ships to come in some way, but you feel like there's one thing missing. Oh, it could definitely have been an air sign person you were dealing with. Or you could be hoping, some of you could be hoping for a reconciliation with an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, a Libra person, because temperance can mean healing, building of bridges. Or you're hoping for it for this person. If you're hoping for a person in particular, Capricorn, you may just get it. It's funny, the World in the Two of Cups is oftentimes long distance love. So you could be dealing with somebody on the other side of the world. You could be dealing with someone who is out of this world. That could be the term for the world. Or you could be dealing with a relationship that's moving to the next level. Now the challenge is ironically the Knight of Cups and Justice. So maybe some of you, not all of you, are dealing with a partner who's a very different opinion on marriage or long-term commitment, but the Lovers is here. So it's taking a very, very romantic turn. Interestingly, Capricorn. So there's something a little bit hot and cold about the romantic side of your life because we have the Two of Cups in the positive position. with the World, which looks amazing. But then we have Justice and the Knight of Cups and the Challenge. And then we have the Tower and the Lovers. There's kind of this double-edged sword feeling to this. It's almost like, for a lot of you, it's right person, wrong time, wrong person, right time, or right person, different opinion on the relationship and where it should go. So for some of you, it all seems to be very different. There's this duality to this. And I also think that about the Nine of Cups, because it's like finding your dream person, but there's one cup missing. That means you don't feel completely fulfilled in a way. So there's a love issue arising here. Now, with the Lovers and the Tower and the Two of Cups in the World, some Capricorns have definitely come out of a relationship where they were wronged, okay? And it's for the right reasons that you've come out of it. It wasn't going to work. It couldn't function under the pressure that was there. You were too different. So some of you have definitely come out of a relationship. If you have, I want you to know that on the other side of this crumbling, there appears to be a new relationship. So if you're completely single and you've had a very traumatic ending to your relationship, there seems to be somebody new coming in for you. If you're in a relationship, it sort of seems to me that there could be talks about what the next step is, or there could be a very large challenge to your relationship that you're trying to overcome. And that, as I say, is kind of what Saturn does. It'll give you a challenge to see how you overcome it. It's very much as well to do with Venus that was retrograde for so long, and it is direct. For a bit of December, it's still in shadow, so you may be dealing with the issues caused by that transit. Because Justice is Libra as well, and that's in the challenge position. So I'm sensing there could have been a little bit of an issue coming out of that period. There could be different opinions on what a commitment means or what a commitment is. Or there could just be a very difficult challenge that's come out of that period. Now, the good thing is, with the Two of Cups here, it means the communication's good. The communication's improving if it was disastrous. But there's kind of a gambling theme to this. It's you know that song that says you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You need to look at this objectively. You know, as I said in the beginning, you're looking to overcome a problem that's been long-standing that can't keep going anymore. You can't keep having the same problem. You need an issue and you need it now. There's a disagreement as to what it is, particularly if you're dealing with a water sign. Okay, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. There's a difference in opinion about the direction of the relationship. You want a solution. For a lot of you, you want presence. You want the person you're with to be more present for you, which is interesting. Because the World there can mean that they're sort of on another planet in mind. You know, they're not really... You're not completely seeing eye to eye. Even though we have the Two of Cups here, Justice means something's out of whack. Something's out of balance. The interesting thing as well, and I know I say a lot of things interesting because I find it interesting, you might not, but the Lovers is all about being vulnerable. It's all about being open and being authentic. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite, they're absolutely butt-starkers naked. In this one, he's got a helmet on, she's got a bikini, he's got cufflinks, he's some sort of gladiator thing. They're not totally naked, but the theory behind the real Lovers card, well, the real one, the Rider-Waite one, is that they're vulnerable, and it's all about how you choose to connect to somebody. There may be a lack of authenticity and vulnerability in your relationship if it's new. You could be dealing with somebody who doesn't let people in that easy. Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Yep, water signs are here as well. The Five of Wands has come out again. There's a romantic challenge. There's something that needs to be overcome. You can do it, for sure. The Ace of Cups here. there's a very strong chemistry with somebody. If you are dealing with a partner, it's funny. It's kind of, I don't know if it's Mars and Pisces, because it's that connection of aggression and romance, because this is what that looks like. Mars, romance, and a bit of aggression. Very strong sexual chemistry in your December reading, Capricorn. Very strong attraction, very strong physical attraction. For some of you that have met somebody new, it's very much running away with your feelings, and you're feeling very excited, very enthusiastic. There's an element of getting carried away very quickly and not looking at the fine print, not thinking too far ahead. That's fine. Venus moves into Scorpio on the 3rd. Scorpio being a very passionate, very sexual sign, giving everyone a better relationship between the intimacy and the romance. But the thing about Mars and Pisces is they don't really look that far into the future with romance. As natal Mars and Pisces person, you might have, as a Capricorn, you could have Mars in a water sign yourself, or you could have Mars in Capricorn, whatever. But the Mars and Pisces people that I can think of are Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor. When the Mars planet is in Pisces, a lot of us are suckers for love, and there's a more romantic tinge to our day-to-day activities. And Capricorns like to pick someone who's very secure. They like to make sure that their romance is secure. There could be overlooking some detrimental factor this month because justice is in the challenge. Some of you could be taking back somebody who wronged you the first time. If you do, be careful, particularly if it is a water sign. If it's a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. There's something about this person that doesn't have the same values as you, I think, or align with you. Or you could be dealing with people that are like that in general. They have a different perspective. With the World card, it could be, as I say, someone from the other side of the world. You could have different cultural perspectives. You could have different families, and you're trying to wonder whether or not you can align the two. If it would cause a problem in the long run. For those of you in more established relationships, it sort of seems that you are fighting out the tensions. And also combining intimacy and tension, so sort of working it through at an intimate level. But there's this one challenge that you're determined to get the better of. And you can, Capricorn, whatever this challenge is, you can. Just make sure the other person wants to put in as much effort to do so as well. Now, if we are talking about career, because this looks incredibly love focused, so I feel a little bit like career is taking a backseat to this. For some of you, you may feel a little bit undermined in your day-to-day work. Mars leaving your financial sector is a good thing. But money seems to be okay with the Six of Pentacles in the positive position. There seems to be, for some of you, you could actually be getting a loan, or you could work with loans, because the Six of Pentacles can be giving people money. You may also be in a position where you're doing so well financially, you can help somebody else out financially. That could be that. But with the Five of Wands and the Lovers, you're either fighting for a bit of recognition, or you're fighting for a bit of attention in the workplace. Something didn't go your way. I think with the Justice card and the challenge, you may have lost out to a person. There could be a water sign in your work environment who is being passive aggressive or pleasant enough in front of other people that they seem okay and nobody else notices a problem. But when you're with them, you know that they're not being a 100%. You know there's something off. Be mindful of getting into conflict, Capricorn. I know you want to solve things, but if you take a direct battle route, a more aggressive tone, or you try and battle it out, you might lose out on the respect of some people. So keep yourself composed, regardless of who is trying to get in your way and get into your mind. I think someone's trying to get into your mind. I do feel there's a very strong sense of injustice, and that's what's sort of theming the reading. something doesn't seem fair, and it's either your circumstance or it's what someone else has done. And you need to find a way, and you will find a way, of releasing that frustration. But as I say, make sure somebody else, if you're dealing with a romantic partner or you're dealing with a business partner, you can't do everything. You can't solve all the problems yourself, because it's a two-way street. There's two of you working towards the same solution. And if they're not bothered of the solution, there's a problem. If they're not taking the same stance you are, you need to compromise, but you need to find a way that works. Because I'm sort of sensing that maybe you're dealing with someone who's being unnecessarily difficult, especially if it's romantic. There's just something that doesn't quite sit right with you, and it is coming to a head this month. Oh. Just going to clarify this Five of Wands. Knight of Wands. Could be to do with travel. Okay. So you could be dealing with somebody who is, this could be to do with a house, actually, a property. I do think that with the Knight of Wands, relocation, Two of Pentacles, considering where to relocate to. It could be to do, a lot of you maybe want to move in with your significant other and they're not so sure that's what they want. They think it's too soon. They have work commitments. There's something about distance and relocation seem to be a very big factor for a lot of Capricorns, but there's also that housing aspect of things. Property. Especially with justice. Property. Signing a contract, signing a lease, signing an agreement. Bear in mind, we go into the month with the full moon energy of Gemini, which is your health. So I sort of get the impression some of you might be running yourself into the ground a bit trying to do everything, especially emotionally. I think a lot of people have been going through the ringer with reassessing, going over old ground, living in the past. You're definitely not doing that, Capricorn. You're definitely trying to move forward, but don't push so much by yourself. You need to make sure with Temperance here, especially if you are dealing with an air sign or somebody who is very outwardly controlled of their feelings, someone who doesn't give much away, someone who's very proud and very private. If you're dealing with this person and you want to build a bridge with them, or you want to help heal them, or you want to help them feel better in some way, or reconnect with them as a person, you're considering giving up, but you don't have to. It's just that some solution, the way things have been working so far hasn't been working. The way things have been going, the solutions that you've been trying to take haven't quite been accessible or sustainable. There's a lack of sustainability to whatever route has been going down, and that's why you're taking a pause, reassessing, reflecting, and trying to find something new. The best way to do that, Capricorn, is to be vulnerable. And I know that sounds very uncomfortable. Because I can see the cards, and I know with you being Saturn's children, vulnerability doesn't sound productive. But the Lovers always asks you to be vulnerable, because hiding your true feelings and hiding your true intentions and hiding your true thoughts is arousing suspicion in other people. And the Lovers seems to be what you use to get past your tower moment. So when things have crumbled, you rely on the Lover's energy, which is raw, authentic vulnerability, being yourself and meeting the other person as you are. It's not playing a game. It's not a false pretense. It's meeting the other person as you are and being true to who you are and what you think and what you feel, and not being afraid to expose that part of yourself in order to progress. Ooh, fertility. It's the best time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Exactly what I said, Capricorn. The way things have been going hasn't been working. You need to try something new. There's a lot of bunnies in this. And daffodils. Very springtime energy. trying something new, trying a new way of approaching a situation. The arts, express yourself through creative activities. With Mars and Pisces, it's a great time to be creative. And receptivity, Hathor. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase intuition, energy, and the ability to give to others. You need to be getting something back, Capricorn. As I said, if you're dealing with someone where you're trying to find a solution, but they're not helping, or they're not contributing, or they're just, responding with, I don't know, I think it'll be fine. But you want something more concrete, you want something more productive. You need to tell them how you feel. You need to be vulnerable with them and let them know what it is that you're hoping for, what it is that you want. The thing about justice isn't a challenge. There's going to be consequences to whatever's going on with you, Capricorn. There's going to be consequences to your decisions, and you feel that a lack of action will lead to dire consequences. You don't want the same unfair patterns to repeat. If you've dealt with somebody who has conned you out of something in the past, someone who has denied you of something in the past, you need to make sure that that doesn't happen again. As I said, with the world there, you have a 100% success rate to date of getting through crap. And this seems to be a real turning point for you in terms of your problems. It's like hedging straight forward. Sometimes it's nice to play nice, and sometimes it's nice to sweep things under the rug and just enjoy people that you love and care about for the sake of it. But there seems to be an element of tough love to this, Capricorn, whereby you finally have had enough of pussyfooting around another person's lack of initiative. You want to see some results. You want some balance in whatever this is. If it's a relationship, you want balance. You want more of their time. You want more of their presence. You want them to be present. If it is a work relationship, you want other people to pull their weight, and you want to be recognized for what it is you're doing. And you will be damned if you don't get it this month, Capricorn, because I think you will. Bear in mind, we're actually going into Capricorn season on the 21st of December. Now, I'm going to talk more about that in the mid-monthly readings, because that's when it's your time to shine. There's going to be that beautiful full moon in Cancer towards the end of the month, which is your partnership full moon. This could be illuminating the fact that you need more balance and you need more from your partners. A lot of the time, Capricorn, because this is another full moon during your Saturn return in your partnership sector, you need to appreciate how important it really is. It's not just any full moon. While Saturn is still in your sign, full moons in your partnership sector are huge, because you're going to be learning something every single time, something new. You're going to be looking at people differently. You're going to be looking at the way you love differently. You're going to be looking at the way you sign your name to things differently. You're going to be more careful. You're going to be more thoughtful. It's pivotal times that you're in, Capricorn, in terms of developing a structure, in terms of developing a stronger backbone. Capricorn rules the bones, the skeleton. And your objective during your Saturn return is to strengthen as a person, and you seem to be doing that. So don't worry if you're dealing with people who aren't as strong as you. You can still reach a compromise. And I'm pretty sure if anybody's going to successfully solve a problem this month, Capricorn, it's going to be you. You're going to be Maria from The Sound of Music. Nobody solves a problem like Maria. And that's you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. I will see you in the mid-December readings for birthday time. Love you all. See you later. Bye.